There's a moment coming in your life. Maybe it's already here. A woman will hurt you deeply, and she'll know exactly what she did. She'll feel the weight of it. The guilt will build inside her. Day after day, it will grow. She'll want your forgiveness desperately. She'll want to talk about it. She'll need you to ease her burden. And here's what most men do. They rush to comfort her. They minimize what happened. They take responsibility for her emotions. They make it about making her feel better. They become the therapist in the relationship. They sacrifice their own peace for hers, and nothing changes. Nothing ever actually heals. This speech is about something different. It's about what happens when you don't, when you say nothing, when you let her sit with what she's done. Before we go deeper, subscribe to this channel. We talk about masculine truth here, about what actually works in life, about men who choose themselves. This isn't about manipulation or games. This isn't about punishment or revenge. This is about something far more important. It's about your dignity, your self-respect, your boundaries as a man. Let me be clear about something. When a woman hurts you intentionally, something happens. She becomes aware of her own capacity for betrayal, for cruelty, for causing you pain. This awareness creates guilt, real guilt, not manufactured sadness. The guilt is her burden to carry, not yours to lighten, not yours to manage, not yours to fix with reassurance. Most men were taught something wrong. They were taught that being strong means being kind, that being masculine means being soft, that real men take care of women's emotions. That's not strength. That's abandonment of yourself. Real strength looks different. Real strength is holding your ground. Real strength is not moving. Real strength is letting her feel what she created. This is where it gets uncomfortable because you'll want to move. You'll want to ease the tension. You'll want things to be normal again. The discomfort will push against you. Your instinct will be to speak, to explain, to reassure her that it's okay. It's not okay. And you shouldn't pretend it is. There's a difference between punishment and consequence. Punishment is something you do to her. Consequence is something she experiences from her own actions. Silence is not punishment here. Silence is consequence. It's natural. It's earned. When you say nothing, several things happen. First, she has to sit with herself. She can't escape into conversation. She can't seek reassurance. She can't make it about her pain. She has to face what she actually did. That's where growth lives. That's where real change happens. Not in your comfort, but in her discomfort. Second, you protect your own energy. You don't waste your words trying to manage her emotions. You don't deplete yourself being her emotional support. You stay intact. You stay centered. You stay in your power. This is critical for your identity as a man. Your identity is not about her feelings. It's not about how she perceives you. It's about what you know about yourself. When you choose silence over comfort, you declare something. You declare that you matter, that your hurt matters, that your boundaries matter, that you won't sacrifice yourself to ease someone else's shame. This is what attraction actually is. Not neediness disguised as love, not caretaking disguised as devotion. Real attraction is respect. Real attraction is a man who knows his worth. Real attraction is a man who won't abandon himself. Women say they want kind men. What they mean is they want strong men who are also kind. Strong first, kind second. That's the order. A man who is kind before he's strong is just weak. He'll attract women who take advantage. He'll attract women who test his boundaries endlessly. He'll attract women who lose respect for him. A man who is strong and kind, that's different. That's a man who has standards. That's a man who can afford to be generous because he's not desperate, because he's not afraid of losing her, because he knows his value. When you say nothing after being hurt, you're being both. You're being strong by not caving. You're being kind by letting her grow through consequence. You're not enabling her to avoid the pain that could change her. Let's talk about what silence does to you. When you don't speak, you have to sit with your own emotions. You have to feel them fully. You can't distract yourself with the conversation. You can't perform being fine. You have to actually be with yourself. This is where most men fail. They can't be alone with their own pain, so they fill the void with words, with questions, with conversations that don't matter, with attempts to understand. but sitting with pain is what makes you a man, not avoiding it, not numbing it, not talking it away, sitting with it, breathing through it, letting it move through you without resistance. That's where your strength actually comes from. Not from being tough, but from being honest with yourself. There's another layer here that matters deeply. Your self-respect depends on how you treat yourself after being wronged. If you immediately forgive, you send yourself a message. That message is your hurt doesn't matter much, that your boundary was easy to cross, that you'll accept anything to maintain peace, that your dignity is negotiable. That's not self-respect, that's self-betrayal. Real self-respect says, I was hurt. My hurt is valid. I will not pretend otherwise. I will not perform forgiveness to make you comfortable. I will move at my own pace. I will decide when healing happens. When you commit to silence, you're committing to yourself. You're saying that your inner world matters more than her outer comfort. That's not cruelty. That's alignment. That's integrity. There's a fear underneath this that we should name. Men fear abandonment. They fear that if they don't manage a woman's emotions, she'll leave. So they rush to comfort her after hurting them. They rush to reassure her. They rush to make it safe for her to stay. But here's the thing about that fear. If she'll only stay if you abandon yourself, she shouldn't stay. If she requires you to suppress your hurt, she's not good for you. If she needs you to make her feel better after she hurt you, she doesn't respect you. Let me say that again. If she can hurt you and then needs your comfort, she doesn't respect you. She respects what she's gotten away with. Respect is built differently. It's built when a man has boundaries, when a man holds those boundaries, even when tested, when a man doesn't sacrifice his integrity for someone else's comfort. She might leave if you stop managing her emotions. And if she does, that's information. That's her telling you that she can't handle a man. She can only handle a caretaker, a therapist, a servant, not a partner. The right woman respects your strength. The right woman doesn't need you to fix her guilt. She feels it, sits with it, and changes her behavior. She doesn't need your words to feel better. She needs your presence to know she hurt someone. She needs your silence to understand the magnitude. Let's go deeper into what silence actually communicates. Silence is louder than any words you could say. When you don't speak, you create space for her to hear herself. She can't argue with silence. She can't negotiate with it. She can't reason it away. She just has to sit there. And the longer the silence, the more it says. It says, this matters. It says, I'm not going to perform for you. It says, you did something. It says, you need to reckon with it. Words would diminish all of that. Words would give her something to respond to. They would shift the focus to the conversation, to the explanation, to her perspective. Silence keeps the focus on her action, on her. It keeps the mirror turned toward her. It doesn't let her escape into dialogue. This is uncomfortable for most people. Society teaches us to talk about everything, to process everything verbally, to work things out through conversation. But sometimes silence is the most honest response. Sometimes silence is the only response that respects both of you. It respects her by holding her accountable. It respects you by not requiring you to lie, to pretend you're fine when you're not, to perform forgiveness you don't feel. There's a masculine principle at work here. It's the principle of consequences. In nature, action creates consequence. You touch fire, you burn, you jump, you fall, you betray, you face isolation. This is how growth actually happens. Not through comfort, not through someone making excuses for you, but through experiencing the natural result of your choices. When you intervene in that process, you rob someone of growth. You rob them of the chance to become better. You rob them of the chance to actually change. And you hurt yourself in the process because you've now taught them that betrayal has no cost, that hurting you is something you'll forgive immediately, that your boundaries are flexible. Men have to think about what they're teaching, what message you send with your immediate forgiveness, what you're training her to expect, what pattern you're establishing, because patterns matter. They determine the entire future of the relationship. If the pattern is, you hurt me, I comfort you, that pattern will repeat forever. If the pattern is, you hurt me, I feel it, you face the consequence of your action, then behavior changes, then real change becomes possible. Let's talk about the shame that sits underneath her guilt. When a woman realizes she's hurt you deeply, shame emerges. Shame is different from guilt. Guilt is, I did something bad. Shame is, I am bad. Shame wants to hide. Shame wants someone to tell it that it's not true. That's why she'll want your reassurance so desperately. She needs someone to tell her she's not a bad person. She needs your forgiveness to feel okay about herself again. And this is where the trap sits, because her need for reassurance is not your responsibility. Her shame is not your job to manage. Her self-image is not your problem to fix. When you jump to reassure her, you become responsible for her emotional state. You become the one holding her together. You become her emotional support system. That's not partnership, that's codependency. A healthier path is silence. Silence says you're going to have to sit with this. You're going to have to face who you were in that moment. You're going to have to decide if that's who you want to be. And I'm not going to make that easier for you. This is actually kind in the deepest sense. It's the kind that says, I believe you're strong enough to face yourself. I believe you're capable of real change. I'm not going to rescue you from this. I'm not going to rob you of the chance to grow. That's respect. That's real love, not comfort, not ease, but respect. There's something about men that culture gets wrong. Culture says men should be emotionally available to women, responsive to women's needs, attuned to women's feelings. But what about being available to yourself? What about your own needs? What about your own feelings? Most men have abandoned themselves. They're so focused on being good partners, good sons, good workers, that they don't exist anymore. They've become shells. They've become servants to everyone else's emotional world. And then they wonder why they feel empty, why they feel lost, why they feel like they don't matter. When you choose silence after being hurt, you're choosing yourself. You're saying, my emotional world matters. My hurt is real. My time is valuable. My peace has a price. This is revolutionary for men. This is the path back to yourself. This is how you rebuild your center. Not through self-help books, not through therapy focused on others, but through hard choices, through saying no, through holding your ground, through letting people sit with their own consequences. Let's be honest about the discomfort this creates. When you're silent, things feel heavy. There's tension in the air. There's awkwardness. There's the desire to break it. That desire will push hard against you. She might cry. She might apologize repeatedly. She might ask what she can do. She might promise to change. All of this is her trying to break the silence. All of this is her discomfort speaking. Your job is not to soothe it. Your job is to stay still, to not move, to not speak, to let her sit there. That's where the actual work happens. That's where she actually begins to understand. What you communicate in silence is that this matters, that some things can't be talked away, that you have worth, that you have limits, that you have self-respect. No words could say that more powerfully. There's a freedom that comes from this position. When you don't need to make her feel better, you're free. Free from the burden of managing her emotions. Free from the exhaustion of performing forgiveness. Free from the resentment that builds when you pretend. Freedom is worth the temporary discomfort. Freedom is worth the awkwardness. Freedom is worth a few nights of tension, because on the other side of that tension is clarity for you and for her. She'll understand what happened. You'll understand what you actually need. The relationship will either evolve or end, and either outcome is better than the pretend version you had before. Let's talk about what happens when you finally do speak. Maybe weeks later, maybe months later, when you decide to address it. Your words will carry so much more weight because they won't come from a place of appeasement. They'll come from a place of thought, of clarity, of intention. You won't be seeking her forgiveness. You'll be stating your terms. You'll be explaining what happened from your perspective. You'll be clear about what you need to move forward or whether you can move forward at all. That's a different conversation that comes from a place of strength, not from a place of fear, not from a place of desperation, but from a place of having sat with yourself, of having felt your own pain, of having decided what you actually value, of having chosen yourself first. That's when real dialogue becomes possible, not before. There's another piece that matters here. What you're allowing to happen in her is accountability, real accountability, not surface apology. When she has to sit with her guilt, she's facing herself. She's not being given the escape route of your comfort. She's not being told that it's fine. She's not being absolved. She has to actually sit with what she did. And from that sitting comes real change, or it doesn't, and you'll know the difference. You'll know if she's genuinely changed or if she's just gotten better at hiding. This is information you need. This is how you actually know who you're dealing with. People can lie with words, people can perform with gestures, but you can't perform your way through silence. You can't fake your way through months of genuine consequence. You either take accountability or you don't, and silence reveals the truth. This is one of the deepest gifts you can give someone who hurt you. Not forgiveness, but the truth of consequence, the truth that their action mattered, the truth that it had weight, the truth that it changed things. That truth is what creates real growth, not comfort, not appeasement, but truth. Let's talk about your masculine identity in all of this. Men are taught to be fixers, to solve problems, to make things better, to rescue, to take care of. But what if the problem isn't yours to fix? What if taking care of this situation means leaving it alone? What if the masculine thing is to not move? That goes against everything men are taught, but it's true. Sometimes the masculine response is stillness, is clarity about boundaries, is refusal to abandon yourself, is holding firm when everything pushes against you. That's real masculinity, not the caretaking version, not the people-pleasing version, but the grounded version. The version that knows its own value, the version that doesn't negotiate on self-respect. When you embody this, you become attractive at a deeper level, not because you're playing a game, but because you're real, you're centered, you're unmoved by someone else's emotional state. That's magnetic, that's rare, that's what real men are. Not boys seeking approval, not servants seeking affection, but men who know who they are. This is where purpose comes in. Your purpose is not to manage someone else's emotions. Your purpose is to build your life, to develop yourself, to create something meaningful. That purpose doesn't pause when someone hurts you. It continues. Your goals don't get put on hold while you make sure she feels okay. Your growth doesn't stall because she's in guilt. You keep moving. You keep building. And from that place of moving forward, you either move together or you move apart. But you keep moving. That's the difference between a man with purpose and a man without one. A man with purpose doesn't get stuck in the emotional fallout. A man without purpose gets consumed by it. Which one are you? This speech is about becoming the first kind, the kind that knows his value, the kind that protects his peace, the kind that won't sacrifice himself for temporary ease. There's a calm that comes with this position, not coldness, not cruelty, but calm. You don't have to manage the situation. You don't have to engineer outcomes. You don't have to control what happens next. You just have to be still, be honest, be true to yourself. Everything else follows from that. In that stillness, you'll find your ground. In that honesty, you'll find your truth. In that fidelity to yourself, you'll find your peace. That's the actual goal. Not winning, not punishment, but peace. The peace that comes from integrity. The peace that comes from knowing you didn't betray yourself. The peace that comes from honoring your own hurt. The peace that comes from letting consequence be what it is. That's worth far more than any comfort she could give you. That's worth the discomfort. That's worth the silence. That's worth the cost. This is the speech. This is the message. Say nothing. Let her sit with what she's done. Let yourself sit with how you feel. Let the silence build. Let the consequence emerge. And let yourself be made whole again. Not through comfort, but through truth. Not through being soft, but through being real. Not through managing her, but through taking care of yourself. Subscribe to this channel for more truth, more clarity, more things no one else will tell you. We talk about real masculinity here, about what actually works, about building a life that means something, about being the man you know you could be. That's what this is all for. Thank you for listening.